Hi, how y'all doing? It's Wednesday, April 30th, May Eve. Foreclosure Eve. They said the 5th month is usually when they start it. I hadn't heard nothing on that yet. They received the documents and now it's just a waiting game. I don't know realistically what I'm looking at as far as how long this process is going to take. If they're, whether or not they're just going to throw it out, or if they're going to actually try to work with me some. Don't know. Don't know. It's about 5:40 in the evening here. Clear skies. Sunny. Not too warm. Nice breeze. It's a pretty day. Would have been a great day to go out and do something. God, I wish. Of course, I guess I shouldn't be balking at spending as much time around the house as I can. That may be limited. We shall see. My check should hit sometime tonight or first thing in the morning. So, worst come to worst, I will be ready to hire the foreclosure defense attorney. If they decide to foreclose on me. I don't know, I don't know if that'll ultimately be worth anything, but it'll give me time to continue to recover and get stronger and time to get my eyes back so I can drive, because when I lose this, I'll have to live in my truck. Won't be this one that you've seen, old Gracie. She is a short bed. I don't know what they are today. I know I've seen them more modern full-size trucks with 6-foot beds. This is 6.5, 7-foot bed. It's 7-foot bed. And I do not have any kind of a topper to fit this bed. I've got one full-size 8-foot, that's standard full-size truck bed, 8-foot. One full-size 8-foot camper topper, not a camper, and one full-size 8-foot topper. It's just a regular pickup truck topper. And then I've got a big old camper top out back, old-fashioned camper top. It's not one of those like old slide-ins. It still sits on top of the bed rails like a regular topper, but it's like 3.5 feet high, a little more maybe. So when it's on the back of your truck and you jump in there, it gives you almost 5 feet of standing room, a little over 5 feet of standing room rather. I could not stand up in it, but I could stand up, you know, hunched over and move around. And it is a camper. It has inbuilt shelves and cupboards and wired for electrical. Years and years ago, there was a house for sale down the road and around the corner, and the house is vacant, and that thing was leaning up on the drop pole out there in the front yard with a big old sign on it that said, "Free, if you can haul it, you can have it." And I was driving a little 85 Ford Ranger at the time. Absolutely no way it would have ever fit on that truck. So I had seen it, I was like, you know, I gotta check that out. So I went and looked at it. It was in good shape. So I came back here and I got my utility trailer. It was before I bought my, you know, not that you can see it from here, even if I turn the camera, it's way over there. Before I bought my that 10x6 utility trailer I've got, I had a low to the ground metal 4.5 by 8, and came back here and got that and threw that topper on it haphazardly and tied it down as good as I could. Brought it back here, and I set it on the back of a 88 F-150 I've got back there. That truck messed up, needed all kinds of work. Transmission issues. It was 4x4, and the previous owners dogged the shit out of it, tore it up, didn't take care of it. Wouldn't go into second gear. Transmission probably needs to be rebuilt. I was just going to replace it, but it wasn't high on the list of things to do. And it would drive around the yard though, so I threw that camper on that truck, and you know, that kept the camper up off the ground. It's back there sitting on it still, and like I said, it won't fit this truck, but I got two other trucks that are not ridiculously far from being able to be roadworthy, that it will fit on. Actually got another 81 F-250, which is what old Gracie is. Very much the same truck, also an extended cab like Gracie, but a little bit higher up the food chain as far as models go. It's I think it's an XLT. You can't see it from here, but I think it's an XLT. So it's got more factory gadgets and you know, different trim and whatnot, different interior. The interior on that truck is shot, and it's got some cancer here and there that needs attention. Bad cab leak. The hinges on the driver's side door messed up, so you gotta fight to shut the door every time I get in it. But it runs and it will drive. A little bit of work. I was working towards getting that one ready to sell before I went into the hospital. And then I got out back a 77 F-150. Kind of pretty close to my dream truck. 77 F-150 4x4. The only way it could be better is if it was a 4-speed. It's not. It's an automatic. And it's complete. And will run, but the transmission needs to be rebuilt or replaced. It'd be like $1,200 to $1,400 to rebuild that transmission. It's not something I know how to do, nor is it something that I can afford. But if I go into foreclosure and I'm only paying a retainer fee for that attorney, and save money back over a couple of months and rebuild it, fix some of the cancer issues on that, and then that topper would fit on that, and then it would be a good old truck. Benefit over that to the 81, the other 81, not Gracie, is it's another extended cab, whereas the 77 is just a regular cab. So I got if I'm driving that extended cab, I have more room for, my shit, whatever I deem important enough to try to pack into a pickup truck and camper without making a pigsty out of it. Probably would behoove me to fix up that 77 and then sell it. 77 4x4 up and running, even with the cab and bed not being perfect, would could bring in a pretty penny. 3 or 4 grand at least. And foreclosure becomes imminent, I'll have to do everything I can to get rid of as much as I can and pull together as much money as I can. Try to be ready for life on the road, I guess. So yeah, I would probably end up going with the other 81. Her name's Caroline, because I bought that truck in Hilton Head, South Carolina, quite a few years ago now. It was in fact, it was the last adventure that my wife and I took that we had fun on and felt, like us. And now look at it. And it's just another symbol of what I lost, because, it reminds me of one of the last times she and I seemed to be happy together. So yeah, I named her Caroline. Um, and that's the one I'll probably end up with. I think I'll probably give Gracie to my folks. They'd have 2 vehicles. And I got a couple old Jeeps out here, Cherokees. I got one out back that was set up as a monster truck. And my buddy in Middleburg, Scott, he wants that one. And mind you, it's not anything spectacular. Everything I've got needs a shit ton of work. But I give him my old Jeeps and anything else he wants. And there's a couple out here that I might try to stick somewhere for a while, depending on what happens with my health. And then sell everything else that I can sell and junk everything that I can't. Thinking a lot about this sort of thing. Trying not to think about it, but I mean, it's not something that I can avoid. It's like it feels like being in the engine of a runaway train and can't slow down, can't stop it. There's another runaway train somewhere else on the track up ahead of me. It can't slow down, can't stop. And there's this switch break in the track somewhere in between us that I know is faulty, and I don't know if it's gonna switch or if we're gonna collide. And that's a reoccurring dream I have. Am I gonna be able to make the switch, or am I gonna collide and everything be destroyed? Runaway train. Has a good song back in the 90s, done by a band called Soul Asylum. Elton John had a song called Runaway Train in the early 90s too. In fact, it was a collab between him and Eric Clapton. Was on the Lethal Weapon 3 soundtrack. Both good songs. Not a great prospect to think about. This weekend's gonna be kind of a bummer. I'm not gonna have Joey this weekend. He's got one of his last camping trips with the Scouts for the year. And I am nowhere near in the condition to camp yet. His mother's taken her camping trailer down to the campgrounds they're going to be camping at. Big ass 25-30 foot trailer. I don't know how big it is. Big ass trailer. That's not camping. We always call it yuppie camping, you know. You can go out there with a tarp and a blanket and nothing else. Of course, if I was trying to sleep on the ground like that now, after a couple of hours, you'd need an engine crane to get my ass up off the ground. But unfortunately, it will be a camping trip that I will have to miss. It's not that far from here, only about an hour, but I can't do it. And you know, her boyfriend is going to be there, I'm sure. And even if she, you know, didn't have a boyfriend, I would not be able to, you know, ride with her in a vehicle or camp with her in a trailer. I don't think she would offer that in the first place, but I just couldn't do it. It would hurt too much. And rather than be a drag on Joey, that's just better if I not. I was thinking about trying to head down there Saturday with my folks, but it'd be kind of hard on my parents. And there's very little that I could do or go, so I don't know. I had meant to talk about stuff I was planning on doing with my channel, but I got too rambling like I always do. So maybe I'll make a second video. My phone is now telling me that I've got 15% battery, so I gotta put it on the charger. But I might do a quick video talking about what I'm gonna do with my channel and post them together, I guess. My GoFundMe link will be in the description as usual, if anyone cares to help out. Hope you all are having a good day and a good week, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye bye.